A phone call is currently one of the most dangerous weapons on Earth. Not a bomb, a phone call. This is called swatting. It has killed innocent people, sent armed officers into the homes of children, and last month, it targeted an 81-year-old grandmother who had been streaming Minecraft to pay for her grandson's cancer treatment. Let that land for a second. Her name is Audrey. She learned Minecraft at 81 because her grandson was too ill to play with her in person. Cancer has a way of rearranging priorities. When his treatment bills mounted, her Twitch community started watching and donating. Strangers tuning in to watch an elderly woman carefully place dirt blocks in a pixelated world became, quietly, a fundraising operation. This was going beautifully. And then someone decided to ruin it. Swatting means calling 911 and falsely reporting a violent crime at someone's home. A hostage situation. An active shooter. A bomb. Within minutes, a heavily armed SWAT unit arrives ready to neutralize a threat that exists only in a phone call. In 2017, a man in Wichita, Kansas, was shot and killed by police responding to a swatting call. He had no involvement in the dispute that generated it. The police are the weapon. They just don't know it yet. Psychologist John Suhler described this in 2004, the online disinhibition effect. Remove the face of your victim. Remove social consequence. Remove the crowd that would turn and stare. What remains? Behavior that would be unthinkable in person becomes, at worst, mildly entertaining. Your brain, which evolved to regulate its own cruelty based on social feedback, is suddenly operating without its braking system. It's essentially a car with no friction, except the car is a person, and it's headed directly for someone's grandma. Leon Festinger identified de-individuation in 1952, the erosion of self-awareness in anonymous crowds. What he observed in physical mobs, we have now reproduced at scale, on demand, for free. The internet is a mob you can join at 2 a.m. in your pajamas without leaving your bedroom. Anonymity turns out to be extraordinarily effective at making people forget they are human. Halloween has been quietly warning us about this for decades. Meanwhile, an 81-year-old woman was learning to craft a pickaxe in a video game because she loves her grandson. There are, genuinely, worse reasons to be on Twitch. This story has a second layer that the swatting almost buries. In a country where cancer treatment can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, an elderly grandmother's most viable fundraising strategy was becoming a gaming content creator. The cruelty is the headline. The healthcare system is the context. Both deserve to be in the same sentence, because one of them is what made the other possible. After news broke, Audrey's viewership exploded. Donations came in from people who had never heard of her. The same internet that had just been weaponized against her became, briefly, what it occasionally and improbably manages to be, a mechanism for strangers to care about each other across impossible distances. The anonymity that enables swatting enabled this too. The tool doesn't choose. Only the hands do. The person who placed that call knew exactly who they were targeting. Someone elderly. Someone scared. Someone trying to save a sick child. They made a targeting decision. And the most disturbing part isn't that it was monstrous, it's that it probably didn't feel monstrous to the person doing it. It felt like a prank. A bit. A lark. That's what the science is actually telling us, that the capacity for this doesn't live in rare, identifiable villains. It lives in ordinary people, activated by a specific set of conditions: anonymity, distance, and the disappearance of a face to look at. Remove those conditions and most people would never make that call. Add them back, and you don't need a monster. You just need a Tuesday. Strip away the outrage and three things remain: the mechanism is ordinary, the science is not new, and the same anonymous infrastructure that delivered a SWAT team to an 81-year-old's door also delivered thousands of strangers who wanted to help her. That's not irony, that's the actual architecture. One phone call weaponized it. One news story flipped it. The tool didn't change between those two moments. Only the hands did. And somewhere underneath all of it, a grandmother is still placing dirt blocks in a pixelated world because her grandson needs her to. What strikes us isn't that someone did this, it's that they probably don't think of themselves as someone who would. We've spent decades imagining that cruelty at this scale requires a monster. The research keeps telling us it requires a Tuesday, an anonymous account, and the absence of a face. We know the conditions. We've known them since 1952. And we keep building systems optimized for engagement that are, incidentally, optimized for exactly those conditions. So here's what we can't stop thinking about. If you already know what turns ordinary people into weapons, and you keep building the conditions anyway, at what point does the tool doesn't choose stop being an explanation and start being a decision?